In 1884, 14 European powers met in Berlin to divide Africa. No African was in the room. What if that meeting never happened? In November 1884, Otto von Bismarck invited 14 European powers to Berlin. Over 4 months, they drew lines across a continent none of them had fully explored. Those lines cut through 190 ethnic groups, split ancient kingdoms apart, and forced traditional enemies into the same borders. No African was present. Only 2 delegates had ever set foot on African soil. The conference lasted 104 days. Its consequences have lasted 140 years and counting. But here's what most people don't know. At the time of the conference, 80% of Africa was still under the control of African kingdoms. The Europeans only held coastal trading posts. The Scramble hadn't happened yet. The conference created the legal framework that made it possible. So what if Bismarck never sends those invitations? Without the Berlin framework, European powers have no agreed rules for claiming African territory. They still want the resources, but competing claims without a legal structure mean conflict between European powers themselves. Britain and France nearly went to war over Africa multiple times, even with the framework. Without it, that war becomes far more likely. While Europe tears itself apart over competing claims, African kingdoms have time. The Zulu, the Ashanti, the Sokoto Caliphate, the Ethiopian Empire, all of them were already modernizing, trading, building. Given another generation without coordinated European invasion, several of these kingdoms industrialize on their own terms. Nigeria never becomes Nigeria. It remains the Sokoto Caliphate in the north and Yoruba and Igbo territories in the south, developing separately, trading with Europe as sovereign states, not colonies. Kenya never becomes Kenya. The Maasai, Kikuyu, and Luo develop their own political settlement without British land theft forcing the conflict. Congo never becomes Leopold's property. The Congo River Basin remains the sovereign territory of the kingdoms that controlled it, and the rubber and minerals stay in African hands. No artificial borders means no ethnic conflicts seeded by colonial division. The civil wars that defined post-independence Africa, Nigeria's Biafra, Rwanda's genocide, Sudan's partition, Somalia's collapse, all of them trace directly back to borders drawn in Berlin. Without Berlin, those borders don't exist. Africa in 2024 is not one story. It is 54 countries trying to function inside borders designed to serve people who are no longer there. The meeting lasted 104 days. The damage has lasted 140 years, and counting.